Okay guys, welcome back to another face-to-face video. This one's just a bit of an update on the channel and a little bit of an update on where I've been for the last 3 weeks, and a little bit of question and answer time. There's been a few questions in the comments that I've had. I've had a couple of little email posts as well about questions about different things, so I thought that, I'll just take the opportunity now to get all this sort of stuff out of the road. First thing is, I've actually been away on a trip with my eldest daughter. We're up in North Queensland in Australia, and we went from where we live right to the very tip of our country, Cape York Peninsula, as the place is called. It was a really great trip, lots of four-wheel driving and stuff like that. And now my daughter loves four-wheel driving and camping just as much as I do, so we've actually started another channel just for doing that stuff, like four-wheel driving and camping and so on. Which I'll leave a link to if you're interested in that sort of thing at all. I'll leave a link in the description below, so you can go and check that other channel out if you want. I'll also post some of our videos from that channel in here, just in case any of you guys want to have a look at it, just give you a bit of a taste of what's over there. I just done a really short one, like a little test clip. I'll put that up here first. As we do a few more trips and things like that, I'll probably put a few more here. If you don't like me putting them in here, just let me know guys, and I won't put them up here, but I just figured it might be something a little bit different for you to have a look at. They're not going to be epic sagas or anything like that, so but anyway, so that's that part of what I wanted to talk about. Like I say, I've been away for those weeks, so I haven't done a lot of modelling. I've had a few ideas come up. I'm actually working on a kit at the moment. When I finish, I'll put that up. It's actually a multi-turret tank from the Germans, like an early prototype one. From what I understand, there's only ever 2 of them that has actually seen battle, and not really sure what happened to even those 2. So it's a bit of a rare piece, but it's very detailed, and I'll go into that when I put that video up. So I am working on a model, but yeah, I'm a little bit behind at the moment, so a little bit of a lack of content going up over the last few weeks. Okay, we'll get to the questions and answers now. On my Panzer 4 build, the desertized version, there's a couple of little debates sort of going on there. Like someone's put up, no Panzer 4 ever looked like this, and someone else saying that the weathering was overdone, the chipping was overdone, and so on. Some people sort of have taken up on my behalf, which, I mean, yeah, that's great guys, and it's good to see a little bit of debate in there. Now, I just want to explain that Panzer 4, I have got like a couple of photos, but I'll put one photo up like here now instead of my face, that you can have a look at. It shows you what actually happened to the paint schemes. Now, this tank had been knocked out, but it hadn't been burnt out. All that weathering you can see on there is just natural. Now, in the desert, from what I understand, when they went over, some of them were still in the grey colour. They went over. They quickly sprayed them in the tan colour that the Germans put on them over there, and that tan colour was just a made up paint that they mixed on the spot. It wasn't anything fantastic, so it used to weather fairly quickly. Now, the desert's a very harsh environment, especially for back then. The paints weren't as technologically advanced as what they are now, so they used to get pretty much like sandblasted, like really strong winds, and it would just sandblast over them, and it would actually knock all that paint off. Now, I understand that people would look at that tank that I built and say, yeah, that's definitely overdone, but I honestly have seen photos where there's just about no tan paint left on them at all. I'm not saying they were all like that, but and the other thing is too guys, that's where artistic license comes in. That's where I built that to look that way. I like that look. I enjoyed building it. I enjoyed weathering it to look like that. That's artistic license. As a model maker, that's what you like to do. Okay, you got that freedom to do that sort of thing. If you're more into the historic accuracy and stuff like that on armour or whatever, this may not be the channel to look out for that. I just build them and I weather them to the look that I want. I don't try and make a particular tank in a particular era and make it spot on, what they call rivet counting or whatever. That's not what I'm about. I enjoy doing the hobby, so that's artistic license for me, and that's just what I do. Now, having said that, like I say, there has been some tanks I've seen photos where they are pretty well weathered up. But anyway, guys, like anything like that that you do want to bring up, that's fine. And if you just want to debate it in the comments, that's all good and well too. You know, I had a comment. It was all it was no Panzer 4 ever looked like this, and that was it. That was the end of the comment. Now I don't mind constructive criticism or whatever, but that's meaningless to me. Okay, that's there's no argument there. That's just a blank statement of, you know, and that does nothing for anybody. If you want to argue the point, that's fine. I don't really have the time to go into the comments and start, you know, having debates within the comments. I'll put up questions and answer videos like this as I get the time to do it. So anyway, guys, I don't take it too serious. Don't think I'm insulted. I really appreciate those who've sort of taken up for me and, you know, had that little bit of debate, and that's fine. I really do appreciate that. But honestly, don't feel that I'm insulted by these things. I mean, everyone has their own opinions, and honestly, you're entitled to whatever opinion you like. So anyway, that's that part done. Another question I had was a fairly general question about how do you weather jets. Now that was on my F-16 video. Now the person who left that comment, I just sort of commented back saying, you know, watch the rest of this video. And I will do some in the future about weathering different jet aircraft. Now, weathering jet aircraft, it depends on where they were used, whether they were in combat situation or whether they were just training situations or whatever, as to how much maintenance could be done on them, how much weathering there was. Obviously, your desert environments are much harsher there. Some of them, like I've seen some Phantom 4s that just absolutely, the paint's just about gone on them, okay? It's just faded to almost nothing. But then I've seen Phantoms as well that are just absolutely brilliant, like they come off the showroom floor, but they're obviously out there on an aircraft carrier or wherever they're being used. So again, there's a bit of artistic license in it, but weathering jets is a bit of a, like a bit of a trick within itself. The thing with doing models, you've got a picture in your mind what it is that you want to end up with, and then go for that look. Use the techniques that achieve that look. So as I go through more builds, it seems that my full builds seem to be more popular than anything else. I will do a few other tips and techniques, but I'll try and do some jet aircraft in paint schemes as well as the metal schemes and stuff like that. And because that was that one comment, but I had a few about different weathering techniques with jets. So keep watching the videos, guys, and hopefully I'll pick up the slack a little bit on those sorts of points. As far as any other comments go, there was one about using the trigger on my airbrush. Well, actually there's been about 3 comments I think about I seem to flick the trigger a bit sometimes when I'm doing painting. The reason I do that, well, it's twofold. One of them is my airbrush is only a cheap Delta airbrush, which is not the greatest airbrush in the world. Sometimes the needle clogs up and I flick the brush a bit and it just keeps knocking that clogging off the end of it. I don't do that on the model, obviously, because those clogged up bits are going to end up on the model. So I try and flick it to the side and then bring it back over. The other reason I do it is to get a patchy sort of effect. If I want faded paint or something like that, or something that's a bit patchy, I sort of flick the trigger and keep moving the brush fairly rapidly around that area and sort of flick it, and it gives me a nice weathered, patchy sort of look, nothing too uniform that you're trying to cover the whole thing just in one colour. So that was that one answered. I think there was 2 comments, actually 2 emails about building things like sci-fi and cars and motorcycles and stuff like that. Now, yes, I do model those things. I'm a bit of a back to front modeler in some ways, that I can do weathering and stuff on tanks and aircraft and all that, but getting a nice shiny finish on a car is something I do struggle with. I have techniques that I use, and sometimes I can, you know, blunder my way through it and get it, but yeah, sometimes I just foul it up and I've got to sand it back and start again. But I will be doing some of those in the future. I love doing the Tamiya motorbikes, fantastic. If you haven't built one of them, guys, go ahead and build one. Also the Tamiya cars, not saying Tamiya is the only car kits to buy. I mean, you can get the old AMT ones and that, which they can build up really nice. Just look around some of the YouTube videos. Some people out there can do incredible things with those. But I do those. Sci-fi, I've got a bit of sci-fi stuff there that I do plan to get to in the future. Sci-fi stuff, I do the Gundam, the big robots, I do those. I've got a few of those built over there, but I generally don't paint them up like they are, as part of the kit. I do something really weird and different with them. Like one of them I painted up to be a giant Nazi robot with the swastika on his shoulder and the big combat shield and stuff like that. Another one done up as a samurai fighter, like I put samurai symbols on him and all that sort of stuff, turned him into that. So they're things that I will build too on this channel as we go along. Had another one on weathering 72nd scale armour. I did do a video of a 72nd scale T-34 tank with bed springs on it. Watch that one there. The weathering techniques aren't that much different to the 35th, just a bit harder to achieve because of the size obviously, and just a bit lighter on the weathering side of things. But I will be building some more 72nd scale stuff as I keep putting more stuff up with this channel. Anyway guys, I think that's about all that I can think of at the moment. I did have a list, but I forgot to bring it down with me, sorry. If I think of anything else, I'll turn the video back on and go. But otherwise guys, thank you very much for the support on the channel. Oh, just before we go, almost 2,000 subs guys. I'm about just under 100 subs shy of 2,000 subs. How awesome is that? Fantastic. So thank you so much to all my old subs, all my new subs. Thank you for the really, the nice conversations I've had with some of you guys. I've had, like I've got people that are part of my Facebook page now that I sort of see what they do in their life. Someone sent me heaps of photos from a tour they took. I love that sort of stuff. I really do love it. If you want me to put any of your finished material up on any of my videos, let me know. Send me pictures of your stuff too, guys. I can do up some quick videos, and I can get those up there for you as well. But anyway, guys, thanks for the support. Thanks for all the subs, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.